3, 2, 1, let's rock! Hi guys, welcome back to the story behind the photo. Today I want to tell you the story behind one of my favorite photos. I call it Forte di Bard with Cris. This photo was taken during a trip I made with my friend Cris. We left Milano and we went up to the mountains in Valle d'Aosta, beautiful region, nearby the borders of France and Switzerland. The day there was fresh, the sun was shining, and we were just enjoying to walk in the nature. At some point we stopped by a river, and I saw that little small cave with a warm colored rock. As you can see, it's kind of beige. And I asked Cris if he could sit there, just under the cave. He was facing the fortress in the distance. This fortress is named Forte di Bard. To take this photo, I used my pocketable Canon G7X Mark II. You probably know, guys, how much I love it. And not only, of course, this one, maybe also other one. I love this kind of compact cameras because they're able to shoot and you can just carry them in your pocket. About that, you know that I started almost 1 year ago a photo contest, which was 1 year of shooting with my Canon G7X Mark II, my almost 10-year-old. And I'm almost at the end of it. Anyway, let's go back to the photo. To take this photo, as you can see, is a panoramic image. I took 2 shots, 2 horizontal shots, and later I stitched them together. In this way, I was able to capture more detail. If you want to know some more about the settings, let's speak about the exposition triangle. For you jigsaw out there. So the ISO was the lowest available on my compact camera, my compact 1-inch sensor camera. It was ISO 125. In this way, I was sure that after, when I would have my raw files, I could be editing them with no problem, with no grain, and so on. So I kept it down to ISO 125. For the aperture, since I wanted to have in focus both Cris and on the background the Forte di Bard, I used the lowest aperture available, which was f11. As a shutter speed, I had 1/150 of a second, which actually is great. With this camera, which since is really compact, you could easily shoot at 1/8 of a second handheld, no problem. I tried it multiple times. The focal length I used was 8.8 millimeters, which is the widest angle. Of course, I used the wide angle because so I was able to capture more of the surroundings. And this 8.8 millimeters on this 1 inch, it corresponds actually on a 24 millimeter on a full frame camera. I used aperture priority mode and auto white balance. I was kind of in a rush to shoot a nice photo. And since it was not too weird, the kind of illumination I had, I didn't have like a lot of different lights. Since the only light that was in the scene was the one coming from outside, from the sun, I decided to put it on auto white balance. So it will be calibrated evenly between the light of the sun from outside and inside of the cave. What I really love about this image is how it shows 2 different worlds. On the left, there is my friend Cris that sits in the cave. It's warm, it's brownish, the illumination of the cave, and it's full of shadow. On the opposite, there is a lot of light. A calm green river, some trees, the mountains, and of course the fortress, il Forte di Bard. We wanted to go there to see a photographic exhibition. It was really beautiful, I have to say. Nice experience as well. Experience inside the experience. As you can see, on the left, the image is more warm, and on the right, the image is more cold, since the sky is bluish and the river is this turquoise green. This contrast makes the photo feel very balanced and alive. Also, you can see the rule of thirds. If you know what's about, I'm gonna cut it short. Just you're gonna divide the image in 3 parts, from the left to the right, and in 3 parts from the top to the bottom. Basically, you should watch at the crossing of the lines. Those are the thirds. But in this case, I used the rule of thirds. Yes, I did. But there was the subject on the left side, which is, let's say, on the left position, on the left line. And the subject on the right, which is the Forte of Bard, is positioned nearby the right line of these thirds. Every time I see this photo, I remember that really nice peace moment, but also this beautiful experience of walking, talking with my friend, and of course enjoying the homemade focaccia that he brought. I loved that focaccia. I think that day I just carried one of my rice salad. I also love to prepare food and cook, and the day I prepared a rice salad. Anyway, let's go back to this. What I think is that every time you took a photo, that photo is not just a photo. You don't have just to think about the technical aspect of it, which I hope it might help. But every time I see this photo, I feel like captured back into that memory. I like it. So a suggestion is for you, if you like photography, to just take a snap photo. Either you're wandering or whatever you're doing, walking in the city, or I don't know, what is the experience you like to live? Either is alone, either is a friend of yours, either with your companion. Just enjoy it, snap a photo, and you will remember that special moment. This is Max. I sing out as well, and as always, I cannot say not rock on! See you on the next one. Hopefully with more tips and tricks and some other reviews about photography gears and some other memories and beautiful shots. I will be glad if some of you share with me your own experience. See you on the next one, guys. Shoot! Ciao.